Yeah, this is Point Black coming in hard and off the car, coming with the flow from the barrio and coming with the heat from the street. You know what I'm saying? Coming with the facts to crack their back. This is how we do. This is PBNN Point Black National News, the late edition and the ghetto edition. You know what I'm saying? Because my people need it in the best ways. We know how to deliver it. You know what I'm saying? We can't be beating around the mulberry bush and all kind of fraud. You see, we've got to rock it like it's supposed to be raw. And that's a fraud. You see what I'm saying? So we keep it on and as we gone. You dig? Now, we were talking about restrictions in the other one, and we back with that again. So let's get some things done as we do. You know what I'm saying? The restrictions, as I was saying, will ensure your vote really counts. Not every trick in the book. That does not ensure. It only ensures for one group. And those that is using the trickery as their policy in order to maintain full control of the White House, hiding behind the law, like Anthony Fort Botch, the Weasel, and doing fuckery from behind government lines. So that means you got elected by the people, or however you got in there, and you're in there doing a bunch of garbage. And that's facts. That's facts. But you're hiding behind the law to make sure that you do not get attacked by outside forces. So you're an outlaw hiding behind the law. Let's just keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it 100. You know what I mean? On that matter. Now, when we look at mail-in ballots, the same thing. They need to be checked. You cannot have loose mail-in ballots all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Xerox copy and shit. You know what I'm saying? Unless you send it in an ID. You know what I mean? You know? You can't do that. You got mail-in ballots coming from countries we never even heard of. Sure did. You know what I'm saying? And all kind of crookery going on. You see? We have never heard of some of the people they probably even passed away. You know what I'm saying? So by hearing these restrictions, you know what I'm saying? It by in placing them in the right order, in the right place, and the right rule, you know what I'm saying? It would ensure and flush out the dirty tricks that has eaten away at our country for far too long. People should do more into this and realize that the restrictions will be put into place to ensure that you stand up, you are heard, you are counted, your face is there, and they know that you have done your part. You see. Now, when we look at that, you know what I'm saying, this is at its most highest concern to the Democrats why they want to block this, because that's how they stayed in power, is by cheating. You see what I'm saying? And convincing retarded people, you know what I'm saying, to become Democrats, especially wannabe broke ass black people sometimes turn against their own. Don't think we haven't seen that a million times. So the trick was never fooling me. You think Al Sharpton with Jesse Jackson and all these certain other civil rights leaders just came out and fooled me off when I singing and dancing since I was a child? When I was a child, I was singing full of shit. Because all they do is come out and talk and nothing changes. So that told me there was a rotation of confusion based on somebody's mentality or even Luciferianhood following behind the wicked. And I've been following it ever since. Yeah, man. It is one of the first step in cleaning out the infestation, you know what I'm saying, that presents of an unusual number, you know what I'm saying, of demon Democrats in the place. In the place. Typically, so as to cause great damage on our country. Let's be real. And diseases as well. You know what I'm saying? The demon Democrats are what I call a blight. Let's be real here. They're a blight. That's why they cheat and they do all kind of criminal activity behind the government. They get into office and they use their power and abuse it and destroy and hurt other people. But in your face, as the politician running for that office, they'll tell you a good Nancy Drew story, how they love you. They want you to have equal rights and justice and all kinds of shit. But meanwhile, they're in Haiti and places like that, watching the people be slaughtered by a tyrant that's in bed with them while they live up in Haiti Hills on the mountain in beautiful home doing Luciferian blood-sucking garbage. I ain't had no love and I ain't cutting no short. This is PBNN Point Black National News, the late edition, ghetto edition. So let's get that straight. I consider them to be a blight, if you ask me. If you ask me. ETC. You know what I mean? Derek, well, you had a good groove, but you had to mess it up. Typical nigga. You know what I mean? ECT. But there must be rules. There must be rules. This is why Biden opened the border to use the Latino community to fill it up. Any trick in the book. Anything to cheat. Watching you build the Blasio. Showing off that new jam you got. You know what I'm saying? This is their highest. When we look at it, this is their highest. You know what I'm saying? This is their highest. You know? Concern. Because when we look at this situation, because we see that they know that this was going to come sooner or later. They knew that. They had to have known this in order to do the border the way they did. And to have these people coming in the country for many years, but all of a sudden now, it's more important for them to have ID. While you're fighting to keep the restrictions out. So they know it was coming. You know, they know this will come. When we look at it. So they are trying, their best to stop the restrictions. Even running out of Texas state, where they can be arrested for this move. And running in a full anarchy to tally up with the rest of the demon Democrats, even Schumer. And every bald-headed freak this side of Mexico. Going to be, up there. So we're going to be watching. We're going to be watching. Even down to the Supreme Court Justice on this one. We're watching carefully. Awaiting the out. You know what I'm saying? Because this point. This will point. Let me clear. This will point out the crooks up there. Now we will see. With black. We're already catching a bunch of Republicans running them out about the vaccine. That's their problem. But they have to understand that it's the freedom of choice. Not to be forced, not to be conned, and we don't want to see all elected officials up there who've been elected of this scrambling and grambling and telling us what to do. You need to do your job. You know what I'm saying? And let the people be. You need to get this out of here so we can clear out and see where we're going. Now you're saying this is jumping, Delta here, Delta everywhere. How is it possible? You still haven't proven the jumperator. Now, let's get that clear. Now, we look at Mark Zuckerberg also. You know what I'm saying? Facebook, from Facebook, we see a whole lot of blocking, going on. Censorship. Oh yeah. But now we see that the Supreme Court has come down on Mark Zuckerberg, CEO of Facebook head. You know what I'm saying? In its opinion to deliver by justice, Jimmy Blacklock, you know what I'm saying? The court found that Section 230 of the Penal Code Communication Decency Act does not protect Facebook from the liability for the intention participation in human trafficking in itself, which the plaintiff alleged in their lawsuit. So we see. So we see. So we see. So we see. The problem with it, it's not alleged. That's why Facebook was created. It's a silly thing when you really look at it. But it is a platform. But Mark Zuckerberg made sure he blocked any platform that was politically against the liberals. He made sure that he kept that on full focus. Even hired an outside company to do the work for him. As soon as you put something up about the vax, bang, down go your comment. As soon as you say something about some Biden or anybody or any Democrat, bang, they take your shit down. It's too political. But yet still, in all, same as Facebook and many more sites. And what gave that away is the censorship at this time. In the last 2 years, ramping up real strong. You know what I mean? But they never spoke about what Kamala was doing down there in Missouri or whatever she was, telling the people to put up money, chip in money to bail out the rioters, who they had ramped up and paid and all this and that. And all kind of fruit bowl this side of America running out to help the demon Democrats. But what gave it away was the censorship within the coronavirus time. On the truth. That's another thing. No one could speak the truth, but not on the fake news. The fake news got a free pass. They blocked out all kinds of news cells that be on TV. They blocked them out. The only place you could probably have found them was on the internet, social media. But when it come to the news, they dominated it with Fox News, NBC, and CNN. A whole bunch of fake News 12 as well, with a bunch of fake ass news. And they still doing it up there with Sharon Notchman from Stony Brook. You need to investigate her, and she needs to be looked at sideways. And that's a fact, because we know you're a puppet master as well. So don't come with that garbage. The fake news was never really blocked out. And all kinds of vulgar talk, you know what I'm saying, of no facts, allowing racism as well. Like YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Not even based on no more than bull. You know what I'm saying? Even allowing cheap, vulgar, you know what I'm saying? Cheap, vulgar, fake imagery about black people's life. Even ridiculous violence at its highest level. But when Mr. Point Black, little old man in the corner speaking up for his country and doing something, he gets his whole channel blocked, off, taken down, removed. But when it comes to the vulgar nastiness, fake ass news, you're willing to do it. You're even fighting against the restrictions. That's why Bill de Blasio them coming out with this ID. If that ID can be used for them to identify themselves and vote, you know what I'm saying? It would change the dynamic of the vote. And you know the first thing the demon Democrats would say? Oh, we let you over the border. We did this. We gave you ID. We did what we have to do. And now you know what I'm saying? You should vote for us, basically. They're running our bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Even allowing cheap vulgarness, ridiculous violence, you know what I'm saying, at its highest level, and so on. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And also, notice that Mark Zuckerberg spent millions of dollars, you know what I'm saying, to support the demon Democrats and liberals. Even his executive, you know, turned a blind eye to the sex trafficking bull that was going on. You know what I mean? You know, but do we think they were going to turn a straight eye? No, they was not. You know what I'm saying? In this matter, oh no, they weren't going to turn no blind eye. But he turned no blind eye to Bannon off his site, the mighty Trumpy Bear. Trumpy Bear, baby. You know what I'm saying? Going in the damn Trumpy Bear with his sex trafficking, you know what I'm saying, highway. With his sex trafficking highway. We watching YouTube too because I saw the way they took down my lives and all this different stuff and how people calling in and all kinds of shit and you snatching down the truth because you want to say mine's was fake news and theirs wasn't. But we still seeing that what they say is not even not even a result, but worsening of those who did not have and now they have. We've seen a lives of worsening of all kinds of effects, which they did not have, now we have. So if mine's is fake news, then what is yours? Because you have not proven any results in any shape or way. It doesn't matter how many get the orange juice or the juice or the shot. That's not going to solve this because now we see the marination has caused a Delta squad to come out. So we have to start paying more close attention to what's going on with these news media channels. You know what I'm saying? We've seen a socialist dictatorship type vibe going on here with this, you know, up on that sex trafficking highway. And they'll go anywhere in this world that is comfortable for them to do the dirt they do. You know what I'm saying? Like Haiti, Philippines, and places like that. This was not unexpected at all with the pedophilia highway in the Facebook. You know what I'm saying? He's down with them. And that's a fact. He's down with them. That is why they never would say much about one thing they'll never say much, but one thing stands out. But one thing stands out. Is the banning of Trump, a U.S. standing president. You see what I'm saying? To bring in the hatred over standing and backing up his components as well. So Mark Zuckerberg is full of duty because we knew you were working with them to do what you did. Now, banning of Trump, so we know he's deep state for sure. We must pay more attention to social media, news outlet as well. So this is Point Black saying, stay tight, stay strong, stay with me, don't go wrong. We got to straighten our country so we can move forward. These people are trying to block the restriction votes so they can allow absentee ballots and all types of ballots coming in from anywhere to blow Mississippi wide open and they can eat from every direction, even down in rural areas. But we need restrictions to reach out even for the people in rural areas, so they can be counted. Because if the ID and all this is put in the forward, even people down in the rural country, their vote will be counted by these restrictions being put into place and the ID being put into place. So now somebody down in a rural area, way out in the country area, we know he did because he sent his ID in and it's in the computer, so we know he voted. You can't say he didn't. So this is Point Black saying, stay strong. May the mother be thy God. You know what I'm saying? Let these beasts not bring us to lies. Let's stand for the truth. And I say, rah, stay for rah. One.